is there, so it's all you, girl.
How are you guys? Justine, how are you? How are you and Will doing?
We're doing well.
Good.
Yeah. Are you guys in different parts of the house?
No, we're right next to each other. Told me not to talk to him because he's in a yoga class.
So funny. So I have a, hi Sam. I have a, there's a few visitors around. So I have 2 cats with me and my sister. So it'll be fun. Every time I teach, there's like always someone brand new with me, whether it be my dog, my scenery is always changing. So it'll be fun.
You get to see your dog?
Not today. She's not with me, but I have my cats, my sister's cats.
Oh, they're both here.
They're both here. They're both they're not camera shy. So we are going to begin. So you are more than welcome to mute your you can mute your screen, you can not mute it. I think you even have the option to hide it, I think. So whatever works for you, for all of you. So I am going to be practicing back here. I hope all of you can see me. My sister, that's Amanda. Hi. All right. So let's get in a comfortable seat. So we can sit cross-legged, whatever is most comfortable for you guys. Yeah, so we're gonna sit cross-legged. And just settling in here, making sure that both sit bones are grounded towards the floor, towards the earth here. I'm just sitting up with a nice tall spine, nice tall back. Just closing the eyes here. Or maybe even keeping a soft gaze in front of you. Relaxing in the shoulders, allowing them to draw away from the ears. Maybe even bowing down here a bit so that you have a nice long line from the crown of your head all the way down your back. And from your back all the way up to the crown of your head. And so knowing during this time, for the reason that we are live streaming, wishing you all very good health and safety, a lot of security. And you're more than welcome to create an intention for yourself for this evening's practice. It's going to be important for us this evening to connect our movements with our breath for tonight's stretch flow. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Big sigh out the mouth, let it go. Deep inhale through the nose, really fill up the belly here. Big exhale, side out. And final round of breath just like that. Deep inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, expand through the chest. And big sigh out the mouth. Good, let it all go. Now closing the mouth, restricting the throat. You're going to take a deep inhale through the nose. And now this time exhale out your nose. Deep inhale through the nose. And big exhale out your nose. Okay, going for one more final breath, just like that. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale out. And now returning back to your natural breathing. Rising back to your natural breath. And keeping your eyes closed, drop your chin down in towards your chest. Then rolling your right ear down to your right shoulder. And then coming back through center here. Dropping your left ear over down to your left shoulder. And then drop it back through center. Over to the right, right ear, right shoulder. Back through center. Over to the left, left ear, left shoulder. And come back through center. Last time, over to the right. Come back through center. And over to the left. Good, and coming back through center. Option to blink the eyes open, or you can keep them closed. Now you're gonna drop your head back. Maybe you even allow your jaw to hinge open. Relaxing here, drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Right ear, right shoulder. And drop it back. Left ear, left shoulder. And drop it back. And over to the right. And drop it back. Over to the left. Good, and drop it back. And now coming back through center, lifting your head up. You're gonna blink the eyes open. On the next inhale, arms are gonna extend up high towards the ceiling. You're gonna interlace the fingers and then press your palms up high towards the ceiling. Allow the palms to shine up towards the ceiling here. Really expanding through the side body. Maybe you take a peek up, big breath in. Big sigh out. And releasing the fingers here. Stretching up high towards the ceiling. Your right hand's gonna reach for your left wrist and bending over to the right side. Big breath in. On the exhale, bend over. Good, barreling your chest up high towards the ceiling. Gaze follows, big breath in here. And exhale, bending deeper. One more breath in. Exhale, bending deeper. Good, on the inhale, lift you back up towards center. And then drop your hands down towards your lap here. Good, so now you're gonna switch your legs. So the way they're crossed, let's switch them over so we can even ourselves out. Good. Nice breath, inhale here. Arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Interlace the fingers and press the palms up high towards the ceiling, really reaching through the side bodies here, making sure both sit bones are rooting down towards the earth. Good, and relax, release your fingers. This time, left hand grabs your right wrist. Big breath in to extend. Exhale, bending over to the left side body. Nice, big breath in here. Exhale, bending deeper. Good, one more breath in here. Exhale, bending deeper. Good, coming back through center. Releasing your hands, dropping your palms down towards your lap, and setting up for your tabletop position here. Good, so bringing your hands, bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip points. Good, and we're gonna begin with the toes tucked here. So tucking all 10 toes, tuck them, there we go. Good. Spreading all 10 fingers nice and wide, making sure that there's an even amount of space between all 10 fingers. And just take a peek between your legs. Make sure you don't see your feet. If so, slide them out of the way that they're in line with your ankles here. And making sure that your pinky toes are also getting some of the action here. So really grounding down in the hands. On the inhale, drop the belly, gaze lifts up high towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, untuck the toes, round out through the spine, gaze towards your belly. Inhale, tuck the toes, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, untuck the toes, round out through the spine, gaze towards your belly. Good, 5 more rounds of cat-cow on your own, connecting movement to breath here. One more round here. Good, and relaxing, coming back to your neutral tabletop position. Grounding down that left palm, your right leg's gonna extend out behind you, coming onto the ball of the foot. So extend your right leg out. Nope, your right leg. Good, and drop it down, drop all 5 toes down, nice. And now begin to distribute the weight forward and back here. So getting a nice stretch in that back leg, forward and back, distributing the weight. Again, connecting movement to breath. Good, then coming back through center. You're gonna engage your core. And now extend the left arm out in front of you. Good. Now we're gonna connect the two, extending that right leg out behind you, coming onto the ball of the foot. And with your belly engaged, lifting that right leg up. Good. So you wanna keep your toes flexed, your foot flexed actually. So as if you were pressing in the back wall, if there's one behind you. Good, nice alignment. So keeping a soft gaze at the top of the mat, nice long energy from the bottom of the foot all the way up to the fingertips. And the reverse. Good, nice breath here. Big breath in. Exhale out. Big breath in. And exhale out. One more breath in. Exhale, relax everything, drop it down. Good, taking 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, tuck the toes, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, untuck the toes, round up through the spine, gaze towards your belly. Inhale, tuck the toes, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, untuck the toes, round up through the spine, gaze towards your belly. Good, last round of cat-cow. Inhale here. And big sigh out just because. Good, let it go. And coming back to your neutral tabletop now. So tucking your toes here. And extend the left leg out behind you, coming onto the ball of the foot, grounding down in the palms. And now distribute your weight forward and back. Forward and back, nice. You can go as fast or as slow. Whatever feels right here. Just making sure that you're not dumping any of your weight into your arms or in your upper back. You want to be fully engaged here. One more breath in. And exhale, coming back through center, return back to your natural tabletop, your neutral tabletop, excuse me. And now extend your right arm out towards the front of the room. The thumb is facing the ceiling. Good. Big breath in here. And now exhale, extend that left leg out behind you, coming onto the ball of the foot. And then when you're ready, belly engaged, core engaged, lift everything up. Nice, nice and strong here. Big breath in. Exhale out. Big breath in. And exhale out. Big breath in. And exhale out. One more breath in. And one more breath out, release. Good, relaxing everything down. You're gonna separate your knees, mat width distance apart. Bring your big toes to touch and extend your arms out in front of you. Surrender down to your child's pose here. So making sure here in your child's pose that your forehead is making contact with the mat. If you find that maybe this is too much of a stretch, you can bring a block underneath your forehead if it's accessible to you. Let's go ahead and make this child's pose a little bit active. So you're gonna come onto your fingertips and then walk your hands out further in front of you until you can't reach anymore and ground the palms down. Good, big breath in here. And everyone sigh out the mouth. Good, coming onto your fingertips again. Now you're gonna walk your hands over to the right. So getting a nice long side body stretch from the left side body. And then place your left hand over your right. Nice, big breath in here. And exhale out. Good, releasing your left hand off of the right, coming back through center. And then walking your hands over to the left side, right hand comes onto the left. Good, getting a nice side body stretch on the right side. Big breath in here. And exhale out. Right hand comes off of the left, coming back through center, finding your tabletop position. And so again, make sure that you set up nicely. You set up with good alignment here. So again, just checking wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip points. Good. We're gonna tuck our toes here. Big breath in. On the exhale, downward facing dog. So send the hips up and back. And before we pedal out our dog, we're going to lift up high into the balls of the feet and then just roll up to your high plank pose here. So finding the top of a push-up. So again, this is just for your practice, for your own alignment. We won't be flowing, we won't be doing any chaturangas, but just setting up nice and strong here. So high on the balls of the feet, legs are engaged, belly's engaged. Your bum is in line with your heels, really pressing the mat away from you, rounding in your upper back, and keeping a soft gaze forward at the top of the mat here. Big breath in. Exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Now begin to pedal out your dog, bending one knee at a time. Good. So maybe you're taking your dog for a stroll. Maybe your dog is running out of control. So pick up the pace here. Yeah, pedal out your dog. Just pedal out your dog, pedal out your dog. Good. And then slow it down, slow it down. And coming back through center, finding a neutral, finding a downward facing dog, excuse me. So send the hips up and back. There we go. And seeing if you can ground down the heels down in towards the floor, in towards the mat. And you don't want to scoop in your lower back, excuse me, but finding extension, finding length in the tailbone. So nice and high. Big breath in here. Exhale, side out. Good. And your next in breath, right leg sweeps up and back behind you, finding a three-legged dog. And you're going to bend in the knee here and stack the hip open. Yeah, so squaring your shoulders off towards the front of the room or the front of the mat, wherever you are. And just 3 breaths here. Beginning to circle out that knee in one direction. And then in the other. And grounding down the palms, extending that right leg out long behind you and drop it down, downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up and back behind you this time. You're gonna bend in the knee and stack the hip open. And then begin to rotate it out in one direction. And then off to the other. Nice connecting movement to breath here, coming back through center and drop it down. Good. On your next in breath, right leg sweeps up and back behind you. You're going to step that right foot to meet between your hands, finding a low lunge here, so high on the ball of the back foot, and staying nice and light on your fingertips. Belly's engaged. On your next in breath, arms extend up high towards the ceiling for your high crescent lunge. Good. Nice and strong here, so making adjustments as needed. So if you need, you're more than welcome to bend in the back knee and surrender it down. Your toes can be tucked or untucked when your knee is back on the ground. But if not, it's nice and strong. Squaring your hips off towards the front of your mat. So your right hip is drawing back, your left hip forward. And bringing your arms a little further behind you, in line with your ears. Big breath in here. Exhale, settle in. Big breath in. And exhale out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Good. Bringing that left hand to the inside of the right foot. And you're going to extend your right arm up high towards the ceiling here. And going for this twist, this easy twist, simple twist. So big breath in here. Exhale, barreling your chest up even higher towards the ceiling. Maybe that top arm reaches back behind you, that it's in line with your left arm. Nice. Big breath in here. And exhale out. One more breath in. Exhale, that top hand's gonna come down to frame the front foot. You're gonna step the back foot towards the top of the mat to meet the right. There we go, and forward fold here. And that was a mouthful. So bending deep in the knees, so much so that your belly meets your thighs. Allow your head to hang heavy. Relax in the neck. Option here to grab opposite elbows, or you could allow your arms to extend out in front of you. Big breath in here. Exhale, bend even deeper in the knees. Big breath in. And big breath out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. And releasing the elbows if you had opposite elbows. Really grounding down in the feet here. And just begin to sway yourselves from side to side. Again, loosen the neck, heavy in the head. Allow everything to go. Bending deep in the knees if you can. Belly meets the thighs. Big breath in here. And big breath out. Good. Coming back through center, finding stillness, grounding down on the feet, so nice foundation, gently rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking bone on bone, head being the last to lift. Your arms will then extend up above head. Hands will meet at a prayer. Finding your balance. And then bringing arms alongside body. Standing in your mountain pose in your Tadasana. So taking a peek at your feet, noticing that they're there. Maybe you begin to shift the weight forward and back to the balls of the feet and your heels, forward and back here. Do this with your eyes open or eyes closed. Then coming back through center, finding stillness, gripping the mat with all 10 toes. Maybe you separate all 10 and then release them down. Good. Your tailbone is tucked here, pelvis is lifted. So making this adjustment here. Get engaging in the belly. You're going to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and then draw them down your back. Get up towards your ears and then down your back. One more time, just like that. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and then down your back. And now we're going to go in the reverse, in the opposite, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears and then forward. Bring them up and forward. Last time, up and forward. Bring a prayer back to heart center. And take a big breath in, extending the arms up high towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, bend at the knees, bow down, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen, flat back position. Bring your palms to your shins. Pressing that heart forward, tailbone high towards the ceiling. Good, making the adjustment here. And forward fold back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, flat back position. And on the exhale, plant your palms down. Step both feet back, meeting back in your downward facing dog. And left leg sweeps up and back behind you. Stepping the left foot to meet between your hands. Setting up for your low lunge here. So maybe you could step it through. If it doesn't make it there, maybe drag it through. Coming high on the ball of that left foot. So staying soft in the fingertips, light on the fingertips. Belly's engaged. On your next breath in, nice and strong. Arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Finding your balance here. If you find that you're wobbly, really grounding down in the big toe mound of that left foot, and your inner thigh muscles rolling in towards one another makes all the difference. Bending deeper in that front knee if you can. And maybe your gaze, your chest, your heart lifts up high towards the ceiling, drawing your arms a little bit further back behind you. Big breath in here. And big breath out. Big breath in. And big breath out. One more breath in. And on the exhale, bring that right hand to the inside of the left foot, and your left arm peels up high towards the ceiling, really sparking through that top hand, gaze follows. Good, so in this easy twist, this simple twist, really barreling through the chest, gaze follows, and see if you can bring that left arm behind you. Bring it in line with your right. There we go. Big breath in here. And exhale out. Big breath in. Exhale out. One more breath in. And on the exhale, the top hand comes down to frame the front foot. Set the right leg to meet the front, to meet the left foot. And forward fold here. And now we're gonna set up for our gorilla pose. So, flipping your palms, they're gonna come underneath your feet. So you can start off with your knees bent. Maybe you even creep your feet up, creep your toes up towards your wrists. You can massage out the wrist here. And then if you find that this is semi-comfortable, then begin to straighten up the legs here. As much as you can. And then here in your gorilla pose, same thing when we were in our Tadasana, distributing the weight forward and back. See if you can do the same here. You might feel like you're going to fall, but you're not going to. Just distribute the weight forward and back, back, and forward and back. Big breath in here. And side out, release. Good, bending deep in the knees and releasing the hands from underneath your feet. Gently rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, head being the last to lift. Arms extend up above head, prayer meet. And then draw that prayer through to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back, palms to shins. Exhale, plant the palms down, step it back into your downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. Right leg sweeps up and back behind you. Set that right foot to meet between your hands. Good, so setting up in your low lunge. Nice and strong, arms extend up high towards the ceiling, high lunge. Good, so now we're gonna do something a little bit different. So grounding down the big toe mound of that front foot, high above that left foot, you're gonna bend in the elbows. Bend in your elbows, good. And your palms are facing the front of the room, there we go. Spark those hands, nice and strong, good. Big breath in here. Exhale, bend a little bit deeper. Good. So now on the inhale, you're gonna extend your arms up high towards the ceiling, coming back into your high lunge. And on the exhale, you're gonna bend in the elbows, chest lifts, gaze lifts, exhale. Good, inhale, arms extend up, high lunge. Exhale, bend in the elbows, gaze lifts, chest lifts. Good, last time, inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. And exhale, bend in the elbows, gaze lifts, chest lifts. And come back to center. Left hand comes to the inside of that right foot. Right arm reaches up high towards the ceiling here. Good, big breath in. And exhale out. Big breath in. And exhale out. One more breath in. Exhale, top hand comes down to frame the front foot. Step the back foot to meet the front and forward fold down. And inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. And exhale, prayer meets the heart center. Good. Lift that prayer up high towards the ceiling again. And on the exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale to flat back position, palms to shins. Exhale, plant both palms down, step your feet back and meet back in your downward facing dog, taking your time. And now your left leg sweeps up and back behind you. Step the left foot to meet between your hands. Again, staying high on the ball of the back foot. And when you're ready, high lunge, arms extend up nice and high towards the ceiling. And again, making adjustments here. It makes all the difference when you have everything squeezing in towards the center line. So your inner thigh muscles rolling in towards one another. And big breath in here. On the exhale, bend the elbows, gaze lifts, chest lifts. Good. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, bend in the elbows, gaze lifts, chest lifts. Inhale, back through center. Last time, bend in the elbows, gaze lifts, chest lifts. And coming back through center. Right hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Left arm reaches up high towards the ceiling. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Good. Top hand comes down to frame the front foot. Step the back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Good. Inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling, prayer meets. And bring that prayer back through heart center here. So keeping your prayer through heart center. So really pressing your palms in towards one another. You're gonna separate your feet mat width distance apart. Good, like you mean it. Separate the mat width distance apart. Good, allowing your toes to splay out. And we're gonna set up for our malasana, our yogi squat. Okay, so pressing your palms down in towards one another. Begin to bend in the knees as low as you can go. So this is a good place to bring a block underneath your seat. Do you need a block? No, we're good. Okay, so bring a block underneath your seat to bring the floor closer to you. But the thing is here, we don't want to dump in our chest. We want to press our shoulders in towards our knees in towards our shoulders. Heart lifts, chest lifts. Get in, breathe here. One more breath in here. And one more breath out. Got it. So you're gonna release your prayer. Your right hand's gonna come to the outside of the right knee. So bring your right hand to the outside. There we go. And then on the inhale, your left arm's gonna peel up high towards the ceiling. Good, so option here to stay where you are with that left arm reaching up high, or you take a half bind. And so the top of your left hand comes to your outer right hip. There we go, so maybe you reach here. And if you have a full bind, if you have your full bind, good. Reaching for your full bind here. So on the inhale, finding length. On the exhale, brow your chest up higher towards the ceiling. There we go. Big breath in. Exhale out. One more breath in. Exhale, gently release, coming back through center. Good, prayer meets. Good, grounding down in the feet here. Again, not rounding in the upper back, but instead lifting up through the chest. This time your left hand comes to the outside of your left knee, and your right arm reaches up high towards the ceiling. So again, maybe you're here, or maybe you take a half bind. So the top of your right hand comes to the outside of your left hip, or maybe you go for a full bind. So every time we're inhaling, we're finding length. On the exhale, we're gonna go even deeper. So twisting open, barreling the chest up high towards the ceiling. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Big breath in. And big breath out. And one more breath in. And the exhale, gently release, coming back through center. Good, planting the palms down. And then extend the legs up, coming up to stand. So finding your way up. Okay. You can heel toe the feet 2/5 width distance apart, so maybe even measure. You can take your 2/5 and you can ground them down, bring them between your feet to measure here. Then you can take your fists and bring them up to your knees to make sure that they're also 2/5 width distance apart. Good. And when you're ready, soften the knees and just bring yourself up to stand again. Good. Inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. And exhale, right hand grabs your left wrist, the same thing that we did when we were sitting down. We are going to bend over to the right side. Big breath in here. Exhale, bend even deeper, barreling the chest up high towards the ceiling. So see if you can see past. We're seeing over your left armpit here. Good. Barrel that chest up high. Good. Big breath in. Bend even deeper if you can. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Gently releasing, coming back through center. And set up for the opposite side. Now this time your left hand grabs your right wrist. So inhale, lengthen nice and tall, nice and strong. And on the exhale, bend over towards the left. Good. Barreling the chest up high towards the ceiling. Exhale out. Big breath in. And big breath out. One more breath in. Even bigger breath out. Good. Coming back up through center, releasing your wrists and dropping your arms alongside body. Good. So now grounding down on the feet. So finding your Tadasana, but your arms are just going to be very loose, very limp in front of you or next to you. There you go. Relax in the face, soften where you can. And we're going to begin doing the subtle movement of just swaying from side to side, allowing your arms to be really heavy alongside body. You smile at the camera, close the eyes. There, just smile, soften where you can. We're gonna really loosen up here. This is a very tense time in history today, so finding any moment or any time in our day to really relax and let go and loosen up, it's always needed. Now we're gonna speed it up here. A little faster, a little faster. Good, moving so fast, you don't have any control of your arms, any control where your hands are moving. Don't worry about what you look like. Maybe go even faster. Maybe so much that you realize you're like slapping your legs. There we go. And begin to slow down, but not too abrupt. Nice and gently. Imagining a fan slowing down, slowing down. And coming back through center when you're ready, when you've completely found stillness. Good. So standing in your foundation here, so toes are facing 12 o'clock, so bring them in a bit. There we go, nice and strong. You're gonna bend in the knees. We're gonna do something, one of my favorite things to do. We're gonna throw oranges. I'm gonna throw them with Amanda here. We're gonna do this all together. So you're gonna make tight fists, so super tight fists, okay? So, so really, really tight. Make them super, super tight, like as if you were so angry. I've never been this angry to hold my fist this tight, but imagine that you were. So stop bending the knees. So you're gonna inhale here. On the exhale, you're gonna let it go. Okay, big breath in, really, really tight. Exhale, release. Good, throw those oranges. Big breath in. Good, big breath in. You're so mad. Exhale, release. Good, 3 more times on your own. Good job. Finding the top of your mat again. And on the inhale, arms extend up nice and tall towards, nice and high towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back, palms to shins. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Exhale, prayer comes through heart center. Good, we're gonna do this slow about 5 times. So inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, palms to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Maybe take a back bend this time. And exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale to flat back position. And exhale, forward fold down. Inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Last time here. And forward fold, lead with the heart. Always lead with your heart. Inhale to flat back position, palms to shins. And exhale, forward fold. Nice and strong, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold down. Good. This time, so you're actually at the back of your mat. So we're going to set up for our downward facing dog again. So step your feet back into your downward facing dog, or for you, walk your hands up. There we go, meeting back in your downward facing dog. So what you're going to do now here, we're going to find this downward facing dog twist. So separate your feet mat width distance apart. If you need to see the video, definitely take a peek up to see the demo. So separating your feet mat width distance apart, maybe even a bit further, and then you're going to walk your hands maybe like, or actually bring your feet up. You can bring your feet up one step. There we go. There we go. Good. And so everyone's, or all of our anatomy is different. So maybe your legs are shorter, maybe your arms are shorter, so whatever it might be. So you can keep a soft bend in the knees, or you can just step your feet in closer in towards the center of the mat. You're going to ground down into your right hand. Your left hand is going to hover, and then reach for the outside of your right ankle. So, or maybe the inside. So bring this around. There we go. Your gaze comes underneath your right armpit. Big breath in here. Exhale, twist. Big breath in here. And exhale, twist. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Good. Gently release, coming back through center here. Just notice how that feels. Maybe you have to make adjustments again. So whether that means shortening your stance or keeping a soft bend in the knee. Grounding down the left palm this time, your right hand's gonna hover. And then come to reach the outside of your left ankle. There we go. Good, and bowing the chest up towards the ceiling. So underneath that left armpit here. Big breath in. And big breath out. Big breath in here. And big breath out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Good. Gently coming back through center here. And walking your hands out towards your normal downward facing dog. So adjusting the feet, adjusting the hands. Then you're going to bend in your knees and make your way down into your tabletop position. Good. And surrender down. Separate the knees, mat width distance apart. Big toes touch, child's pose. So maybe this time in your practice, since we're a little bit past half of the class, maybe you realize that your seat comes a little bit further towards your heels here. Everyone take a big breath in here, class. And exhale, settle. Good, big breath in. And exhale, settle. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good, you're gonna peek up halfway, keeping that left hand grounding down in towards the mat. On your next inhale, your right arm's gonna peel up high towards the ceiling. On the exhale, thread it underneath your left, or thread the needle here. We're gonna keep this active. So coming high into your fingertips of the left hand and walk your hand out towards the top of the mat. That's maybe 10 fingers. There we go. And same thing here, and you thread the needle, you can take a half bind. So the top of the left hand can come to the outside of that right hip. You want to demo that? Your left hand. That's your left hand. And big breath in here. The exhale, release the bind if you have it, extending that left arm out in front of you. On the inhale, right arm peels up high towards the ceiling, gaze follows. And on the exhale, ground it down. And right hand grounds down, left arm peels up high towards the ceiling on the inhale. And on the exhale, thread it underneath the right. Thread the needle here. Good. Again, tenting the fingers of your right hand. And then a second option, you can go for a half bind. There we go. So really rolling onto your left side body, coming onto that left temple. Big breath in here. And exhale out. Big breath in. exhale out. One more breath in. And exhale, coming back through center, releasing the bind if you have it. Left arm feels up high towards the ceiling, gaze follows, and ground it down. Coming into your tabletop position, tuck the toes, drop the belly, gaze lifts for cow. Inhale, untuck the toes, round up through the spine, gaze towards your belly. Good, and relax, coming back through a neutral tabletop position. So here, doesn't matter, you can keep your toes tucked or untucked. You're gonna bump your hips over to the right. There we go. No. But just your hips. There we go. So stay in one place, just bumping your hips over to the right, and you're gonna do full body circles. So dropping your bum down to your heels, and then all the way up to your hands. Good. And keep going. Good, flowing here. So going as fast or as slow. Actually, we'll all start off slow together. Good, so really do it like you mean it, finding fluidity, imagining you were moving through water, moving through jello, moving through pudding, whatever it is. Good, moving a little bit faster. Rolling through the neck, putting your hair around. There we go, like you really mean it. And then when you come back towards your hands, switch opposite directions. Okay, connecting movement to breath here. Slowing down and then coming back through center, finding a tabletop position. So taking some alignment, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip points. You're gonna tuck the toes of your right foot, just your right. So the top of your left foot is grounding down towards the mat. You're gonna bend your right knee, you're gonna bring it in towards your nose here. So doing some kind of a crunch. And then step that right foot to meet between your hands. There we go. So staying onto your fingertips, you want to squeeze your inner thigh muscles in towards one another and grounding down this back foot, the top of the back foot in towards the mat. When you're ready, you're going to interlace your fingers and clasp your hands onto your right knee. So making adjustments here, your right hip draws back, your left hip forward, bending a little bit deeper in that front knee. On your next breath in, your arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Good, big breath in here. On the exhale, your left arm is going to extend out towards the front of you, and your right arm is going to reach behind you. So opening up for this twist here. And so twisting from the torso. Good, finding your balance. You fall out, get back in. Good, big breath in here. Exhale, twist even deeper. Maybe you notice that your gaze can peek at your back thumb. Maybe you go a little bit further. Maybe you bend in the front knee a little bit more here in your twist. Good, big breath in here. Exhale, coming back to center, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Good, drop the hands down to frame the front foot and step the right foot back, coming back into your tabletop position. Good. Now this time, tucking the toes of your left foot. You're gonna bend your left knee, bring it in towards your nose for a crunch here. And then step the left foot to meet between your hands. Good, so set up here. Grounding down the top of the right foot in towards the mat. When you're ready, interlace your fingers, bring your hands to your left knee. Good, inner thigh muscles rolling in towards one another makes all the difference. Strong core here. When you're ready, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. As you're really finding length through the side body and sparking those hands. So separating all 10 fingers. Big breath in here. On the exhale, right hand draws out in front of you, right arm, and left arm reaches out behind you. Good, so twisting from the torso. Gaze meets that back thumb. Big breath in here. Exhale, twist even deeper. Big breath in. And big breath out. One more breath in. And on the exhale, coming back through center, arms extend up. And then plant the palms to frame the front foot. And then your left leg comes back to meet the right tabletop position. And this time you're gonna bring your knees together, bring your legs together. So we're gonna set up for this, for a toe tuck. But now you can send your bum down to your heels. Okay, so again, for this portion, you could also peek at the video. So Amanda's on the side, and then this is what you would look like from the front. So toes tucked, take your pointer fingers and reach them behind you for, so your pinky toes gain some of the action. So this can be super uncomfortable, but it's a good discomfort, considering that we all wear shoes, or maybe not so much more since we're hanging out at home, but you know, for those times that we're putting on our shoes. So if this is super uncomfortable, you don't have to press all the weight down into your heels. You can lift up halfway. You can bring your palms out in front of you and just relax here, or you can challenge yourself and see where you're at. But relax. Relax where you are. Very tense over here, so just relax where you are. Again, this is probably painful, but I promise you it's a good pain. Settle in, maybe close the eyes. And just as we were doing earlier in the beginning of class, making sure that your shoulders aren't creeping up towards your ears, that you're sitting here in pain. So just know the difference from pain and discomfort. So again, if you have to make adjustments, maybe you bring your hands out in front of you. Just to relax here. We won't be here for very long, but just breathe through it. Three more breaths. Two more breaths. And final breath. Good, gently release here. So untuck the toes. The tops of the feet come down to the mat, and then you're just gonna tap them. So bringing your palms out in front of you. Your toes are untucked. Just gonna tap your feet. There we go. So just doing this counter movement to release or reverse anything that we just did. Not reverse, but to kind of balance ourselves out. Good. Coming back through center. And then in no fancy way, you're gonna find yourselves into a seat. Let's see, you'll face the front. That's so finding yourself into a seat. Bending both knees. So both feet are planted down in towards the mat in front of you. Maybe you can bring your arms around your knees to give yourself a hug. Just to take some measurement of where your feet are, where your knees are, where your arms are. You're gonna keep your right leg hugged into you and then extend your left leg out in front of you. Then you're gonna bend this right knee open, bringing the right heel to the inside of the left thigh. Square your hips off that extended leg. So here you'll be drawing your right hip forward still to square them off to the left leg. Good. On your next breath in, your arms are going to sweep up high towards the ceiling. And stay here. Exhale, release it. Good. We're going to take a bigger breath in. And on the exhale, you're going to forward fold, but leading with the heart, not rounding out in the upper back. So not rounding out in the spine just yet. So just going your distance, just by lowering here, following your heart, following your chest. Good. So maybe you just grab your toes, maybe you grab your ankle, maybe you even grab your shin or your knee, wherever you're at. Big breath in here. Exhale, see if you could forward fold a little bit deeper. Again, not rounding out in the upper back just yet. One more breath in here. And now on the exhale, release everything. Allow your upper back to round out. Just release, making yourself really heavy here. And exhale out. One more breath in. And on the exhale, gently begin to walk your hands up your leg, lifting yourselves up. And then bringing that right knee, stamping that right foot in towards the mat again. So bringing that right knee in towards center. You're going to bring your right hand behind you, and your left arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. Then bend that left knee, that left elbow comes to the outside of that right knee. Good, so you're not cranking here in any way or like forcing the twist, but rather just going your distancing where it feels more natural to expand. So big breath in here. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good, gently release, coming back through center. And you're just gonna do this little counter push-up. So bringing your hands to the outside of your left leg, bend in the elbows, and then just press yourself back up. Good, coming back through center here. Extending your right leg out in front of you. This time your left knee bends. And then bringing your left heel to the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, arms extend up high towards the ceiling. Exhale, stay there, let it out. Big breath in. And now this time on the exhale, begin to lower down, following your heart, leading with the heart. Good, not rounding out in the back and the spine in any way. Good, lowering all the way down as far as you could reach. So maybe this time, again, just your toes, your ankle, your shin, your knee. Big breath in here. And now on the exhale, allow everything to settle, release, round in spine, round in the upper back. Allow yourself to be really heavy, release the head. And you may notice here on each exhale, maybe your forehead surrenders down even closer to that extended leg, maybe even to the knee. But if it doesn't, that's okay. You're working on strength and flexibility in here in our stretch. We did a lot of mobility and a lot of stretch, a lot of flexibility here. Big breath in. And exhale out. Good. Begin to walk your hands. Begin to walk your hands up that extended leg, excuse me. Good. And then bending in your left knee again. Coming back through center here. This time, your left arm is going to come out behind you. And your right arm is going to reach up high towards the ceiling, bending in that right elbow. And bring that right elbow to the outside of that bent knee. And big breath in here. And big breath out. Big breath in. And big breath out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Gently coming back to your center. Going for this little counter twist. Taking that push up. Good, and coming back up, lifting yourselves up. And then you're going to extend that bent knee out in front of you. Okay. Arms extend up, so you probably want to like extend through. We're actually going to lower down onto our back. Good. So extending your arms up. Maybe you came flat onto your back. Or just fold all the way down. Good. Separating your legs mat width distance apart. Arms mat width distance apart as well. So bringing them a few inches away from the body. And just begin to rock the head from side to side. Side to side here. Allowing there to be some space between the ears and the shoulders. Maybe you circle out the ankles, circle out the wrists, open and close the mouth, release any tension. And we're going to close out class with 3 big breaths. Okay? Taking a big breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top. And then on the exhale, side out. Big breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top here. And exhale, side out. One more breath in. Hold it at the top here. Taking an extra sip of breath. And then big sigh out. Circle out your ankles. Circle out your wrists. Wiggle out your toes. Wiggle out your fingers. Rocking your head from side to side again. And bring a prayer through the heart center. Press your palms in towards one another. And then lift that prayer up to your forehead, to your third eye, to your center of all knowing. And I thank you, Yogi, so much for tuning in with me, for allowing me, sister, to demo, for being with us in this community on a live stream. I wish you good health, safety. And again, thank you for allowing me to guide you this evening. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me do this tutorial with you guys. My sister appreciated it. I wish you guys well. I miss everyone.
I know. I miss you guys too.
Yeah. Are you guys working from home?
Yep.
Good. I'm glad. Yes, I'm working from home, and I'm actually like switching jobs too. So it's been been pretty interesting to do that during now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But thank you guys for taking class. Thank you, Christine.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye. Take care, guys.
Bye. Take care. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.